everyone. Welcome to Zion Culture, a subsidiary of Mount Zion Radio.
And this is the Bible Cafe.
And here at the Bible Cafe, we talk about situations in the Bible and we share our opinions on them.
Yes, and on that, today we are going to be discussing Esau and Jacob, especially the part where Jacob stole the blessing of Esau. It's a very wonderful situation in the Bible. And we are going to be sharing our thoughts, opinions, and also giving lessons from it. Okay. So, of course, I have to introduce myself. So, my name is James Ifeoluwa.
And I'm Samuel Adeyemo.
My name is Motion.
And I'm Glory T. So, moving on, who is starting first? Who's going first?
You should.
I feel we should take it from the ladies.
The vote is for
You should take it from the ladies.
Ladies first.
Because,
Nice.
ladies first.
Nice.
Okay, you win on that one. Don't worry.
Thank God you guys are wearing the same color.
Really?
Okay, so starting from the stole. I like the stole. At least that already explains where we are going. Where Jacob stole Esau's blessing through the help of his mother.
Yes.
So me, I believe that from the head, the whole thing had gone wrong. From the fact that the mother
The
instigated,
parents,
like the person that should be the one separating fights is now the one starting the whole problem. So I don't understand. She
So
should have
sad.
known better, and she should have known, at least had an idea of the consequences of what she was getting herself into. But she now supported the boy who was already mischievous and already had.
Okay. Wait, sorry. I'm trying to ask you. Is it that Muslim Jacob has been doing some shady things?
He
before
took his
that time?
brother's birthright.
Oh,
now.
yeah. I feel like maybe their parents did not actually know it. But let's imagine
This
their parents
cancels
did not
it.
know.
For the mother to do that, it cancels that, because it's like she had this mind to already, like she waited
Favor
for these
Jacob.
minutes that, okay, this is the only chance my son has. Now my question is, was it that he would never be blessed?
I don't understand.
That's what I don't understand. Why did she have to go that far?
I think it all boils down to favoritism, like preferring one son to another. Then she was even the one that heard the father say, "So go and bring me venison and this thing." And she was the one that called Jacob, that Jacob come over.
So it was all favoritism for you.
It is favoritism for me. And it is not cool. It is not cool. It was robbed.
Are you
Honestly, I get emotional sometimes when I think about it. Like, it's just so
Should we get the
sad.
tissue?
to cry for Esau?
It's just so sad that, a parent will do that to a child.
Your own child
Yeah,
too.
their
And they're
child.
even twins. It's not
I mean,
like
exactly.
So there's no way they are not
twins,
your
or they were
children.
twins.
they're
And
both your sons.
oh god, she made it so obvious that she was even the one that brought up the idea of, my son, this. I'm commanding you to do this. And the boy did not even try to think back that, okay,
He was
mommy, calm
actually
down. Why
serious.
did you?
He
said
was afraid to
No,
do
he
it.
said if the only thing that he was like his next line of thought or next line of what he said was also supporting, was in line of what his mother projected to him.
He was not
He said
actually.
he didn't refuse. He didn't try to like.
He was
What do I
concerned
put it?
about whether his father would find out
Yeah,
or not.
Whether we get in
Exactly.
trouble
Yes.
for what they were going to do.
So that boy is crooked.
I think there's a dysfunctionality in their family.
From time, right?
Even the family I'm speaking now, it's not just what's the name of their father again? Isaac.
Isaac.
It is in the maternal family. Because
Okay,
if you
okay.
remember that Rebecca, I hope I'm right. Yeah,
Yes.
Rebecca,
Yeah, Rebecca.
is Laban's sister.
Was it her or Rachel?
And Jacob still went
No,
to
so
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Rebecca
Right?
is Laban's
Laban's
sister.
sister. Okay, that
And-
was Jacob's
sorry.
uncle.
Yes.
Yes.
Who
Okay.
scammed him of 21 years. So you can
That's
see
what I'm
that
saying.
So it's like a generational.
So it's a
something.
generational
They've been
spirit.
into
So sometimes
Your own nephew.
Yeah.
So what is it to
So
scam your son?
So
Like,
it's sometimes people act not the way they act, but because of what they've received.
yeah,
It has
traits,
become a
right?
pattern over
over
time.
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Traits.
so
Ah, good.
it takes a lot for anybody coming out of your family. Look at the good things and trust God to replicate it, but also look at negative parts and try to be the last gate of it.
So
that it does
shouldn't
not flow
even-
to the
yes,
next
to the next to
generation.
stop it.
I mean, I feel like this Yahoo thing has started in Bible.
Ah,
days.
yes, now this was low key.
This is a
This
G-boy.
one, and that was worse. This is his
G-boy.
own brother.
This is a
Jacob the G-boy.
And it's so rare to see that a family was cleanly divided into two. Like it was, they were just four.
Yeah.
How hard could it be
For you
You're
to be
just
united.
four, like
good.
two boys, and they were now twins. So there's no issue of seniority,
Yeah.
so to speak. We know that Esau was named the first because he came first, but at least they were born on the same day at most. Now that alone is still an issue. And what he said about the pattern shows that some things run deeper than we look at
than
it.
physical.
And so they should be treated deeper. You can't treat something that runs deep as a surface level something and just say it's just something we can deal with if we call them together and discuss.
Family matters.
It's a deceptive mentality. She believes that you can get what you want. However way you do it, the end just does not justify the means.
Yes,
Yeah.
the proverb is the end justifies the means.
The end
So we are
justifies the
debunking
means.
that the end
Does
does
not
not justify the means.
means
The
because-
process is important to God.
And when you think of the ripple effect,
Yeah.
something you just did quietly and it was just within a family of 4 spread down,
generations.
and even affected the so-called Jacob in his own
Yes,
family.
when he had his own children, so he also had the preferred one. He started
and
with
it
him,
caused
Yeah.
problem for that one.
You can
Yeah.
see that dysfunctionality of always having a preference for somebody went again even to
his future.
Joseph.
Joseph, yeah.
So he also distinguished that because it came out of the
and he made it so obvious.
the
I
wife
mean,
Yeah,
of his
it was
Of his
obvious.
preferred wife.
yeah.
child of his preferred wife.
Child of his, and he very, and I was
That's
remember
another thing. He had a preferred wife, then he had
He
a
had the
preferred
preferred
child.
because of the wife.
It's a life of preference.
And funny enough,
Very
I
good.
think some of the things that happened to I know I'm deviating, but some of the things that might have happened between Joseph and his brothers also stems from the favoritism. That
Yes.
hatred
Yes,
was not
yes.
just they were bad boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You obviously you are picking one child and now he's
From
saying he's
11.
dreaming one dream. What?
But another-
Dream
see,
are you
that one
dreaming?
still had the confidence to be saying
To
it
be saying
No,
to
that
their
one.
face.
You
I
see that
don't even
one?
blame him. He
That
had the
one-
backing of it.
Yeah.
Another thing that one to me, it seemed like when you're a preferred child of your father, like that sports bra. Let me put this in now. Is just part of
Part of
Joseph.
the
Like
package.
talks anyhow
Yeah.
because there's certain things that you already know that they don't like you in this house. There's certain things that you should
Quiet.
not say. And this guy went ahead and
Your
said,
mouth has
"I
put
saw
you into
people are
trouble."
going to bow before me. Wow.
As in knowing
Star
that
boy.
you're already at
You're already in the midst of your
disadvantage.
enemies, your adversaries, so to speak, and then you still don't have.
Sense
You
enough
have
to
to know how to
I
divulge.
have-
You know
I-
what things to say.
I have a question. Is
Okay.
it that Isaac's blessing has finished or what? That he cannot because Esau came back and was asking Isaac that where is his own blessing? Where is that? He has brought the blessing. And Isaac was looking confused. He was and he was Esau was begging Isaac that even
I
if
feel
it
sorry
is
for
one,
that guy.
please
Shit.
just give me this blessing and
And it's also
Is it
his
that-
fault now. Isaac is per person. This blessing is for position, not necessarily like you just think of a good thing to say. The position of the first, he has given the blessing of the position of the first. And whether it is to the person that is the first or not, the blessing for the position of the first.
I
has
also
been
have a
given.
question like that.
Okay.
Must it be only Esau that Isaac calls to bless?
Honestly,
No,
No,
you don't
there's a
understand.
blessing for a first child. According to the scriptures. That's why you see
Exactly.
patterns and patterns again. It was Abraham that was called out of the house
Mhm,
so that he
mhm.
can create a new place.
Yeah.
You look at the nation of Israel itself. Israel was called apart from every other nation. So that firstborn stuff is always let's separate
Separates
you
you from the others.
from the others so that you get the double portion of the blessing.
please
That's
pray
not
for all
right.
your children.
It's-
There's no.
Of course, you pray for all your children.
Yeah, please.
And even in Christ, we are now all
Firstborn.
So it's still firstborn is still
Yeah.
the
I
significant.
think there's
either
a
way.
symbol. It symbolizes
Yeah,
something, right?
yes.
So it's not just about just being the first child.
And Jacob couldn't have collected. I mean, Esau couldn't have collected Jacob's blessings. It couldn't work because if Esau had even said had known and had pretended to, he might have gotten something that Jacob should have gotten, but it couldn't work out because he was hairy. So I don't even see how he wants to pretend to be his brother. He might have.
It was easier for Jacob to
pretend to be hairy. I mean, in those days,
pretend to be
Yeah.
non-hairy.
How would he have been
Look- Look for
like?
blade.
And it's the smell, everything.
Yeah,
There was no
and
way.
at a point, the
have-
father was confusing the smell with the voice, and was saying this smells
this-
like Esau, but
exactly.
the voice is the voice of Jacob.
Yeah, because it was obvious that the father knew the son.
Yeah, he knew his son. So
Because he
Uh-huh.
but
kept
was,
saying again and again, "Are you
are
sure?
you sure?
You are Esau."
Yeah.
But then who did has it will?
So
I
you
don't
do
know.
not have eyes of the spirit.
Ah.
Like really, because I know that it's not easy, that it was confusing in his head. I think he was struggling with the fact that his son couldn't be deceiving him. I don't want to believe.
And he was even saying, this is so
He doesn't
quick.
want to believe that.
You know, at the point, he
yeah,
said this
he
is so
started.
quick.
How did you
Like,
get it so fast?
the
you
boy
know that
still lied
now,
against God.
there is-
Wow.
there is-
But he
Jacob.
suffered for it. The mother put him in a lot of problems.
Yeah,
That
she
thing
did.
she thought she got for him, eventually she put him in a lot of problems because he was ostracized. I think he had to leave.
He had to go
Yeah,
to
He had
he
to
was-
run
place.
away
Run
because,
away.
and that
He was
was
not even
The,
feeling
but the
safe.
positive part of it, he found his damn cell there, but he also saw
he
Shingen.
still suffered.
Yeah.
So
20 years
eventually,
Even
I
that
think
damn
the-
cell he found, didn't he have
Scam.
another replacement at the
Down-
end?
Brenda, I am not.
That he even
right.
now preferred over
I'm the
I am
her.
the
sister
bride
of the
sister.
bride.
It's really a very strange thing that even though he used dubious manner to get his blessing, the blessing was not useful for him until he collected his own blessing.
I think that was
Yeah.
when he wrestled with an angel.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
when the
His
whole thing
name
started to
changed.
make sense.
So eventually,
So all the first blessing collected was like blessing in scam. Like
yeah.
It just
does not
reminds me of, I think book of Proverbs, right? 13:11, that was saying that wealth that is gotten by vanity diminishes, but labor that gathereth wealth increases. I think that's one of the way to explain this thing. If he had actually maybe waited this time, labored into that blessing, maybe all his life would not have been so,
I think
because he had to encounter an angel.
this is a lesson to all others out there as well.
Youth, especially.
Yes, youth.
This is another way
that derive their wealth from
Yeah.
ill-gotten
At
this
the end
thing.
of the day,
What's
you
the
still
point?
realize
And it's
that
not worth it.
something
not
has
worth
been
it.
taken to give you that. I believe in the spirit realm, whatever you think you've gotten. I mean, if you change the order of things, you pay for it one way or the other. Even if you think that you've gotten away with it, there is an order, there's a way things should go normally. So you decide to skip and say, "Oh, I'm smarter. I'll do whatever it takes." You pay for it. There is no how.
One way or the
And
other.
it's this lifetime. It's not only also in that. You still pay for it also in this lifetime. So there is no way you think you have skipped, even with the help of the mother. Though I feel if he had not had the backing of the mother, I don't think he would have had the boldness to
he
conceive.
would not have even known
Yes.
of the
'Cause
blessing.
it
Because it was the mother that
Yeah, it
called
was
Jacob
dropping,
like,
yeah.
I heard your father said to Esau, go and get me this wonderful meal.
And I
Now
think
go outside and get the goat that is already prepared. I'm like that.
So she knew he was going to bless.
She was even
She
the one
knew.
that prepared the
The meal.
fake
She
one.
said, bring
Yeah.
it so that I can prepare
She
for
knew
you. So it was
that
like,
he was about to
but
bless. Because he wasn't about to die. Esau wouldn't have guessed that he was about to bless, right? Bless
he
the
told-
final blessing.
I think it. I can,
Would he
I
have
think
believed that he
I think he
was-
told you so that get it so that I can bless you.
Finally.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
maybe he
He
didn't put
told
finally,
Esau that it was, but he didn't specify if it was final
because
or not.
who would have known that was the blessing?
No,
mother knew.
I think he said it because when he started, he said he's of his old age and he doesn't know when.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was something like that.
So
And also,
he was expecting death anytime.
that was.
And so it's not just youth. Then we should talk to the parents, youth that we are going to be parents, because a lot of people are getting married these days anyway. So
Yeah.
people
A
that are
lot
going
of
to be
people are always getting married.
that are going to get married soon. I mean, going to be parents soon. The influence you have on your child, the thing you think you are doing to help your child without
Support.
God's, without God, at the detriment of other children or at the detriment of your own other children, just because you think you want the best for them and you want to help them. You should be careful. Let God be leading you so you don't eventually put them into more trouble than they are already in.
Yeah. There's one thing that.
Okay, go on.
There's one thing that comes to mind again. You know, at the beginning, God had already said something about Jacob and Esau that Esau I loved or something. And all these things. I think that the parents actually knew about this. They already knew about the prophecy that God. They probably knew.
Prophecy? How?
There was already a prophecy now
From who?
concerning Esau and Jacob. I
Though
think
you
when
just
they
said
were
two
born-
nations and your womb. That was all, right?
I thought
Yeah.
maybe there was a prophecy.
No, she
And I
said
was
she
going to
was
say that.
in her belly. She said she was having struggles.
Yeah,
and she
they
went to the
were
Lord.
struggling in
And-
the
The womb.
from
The
the
matter
womb.
don't start since. And she just no. That is so. I don't think the parents were aware. If they were aware,
Okay.
to be a serious matter.
But let's just put it in perspective that whether there's a prophecy concerning your children or not, it is good that you pray for your children, like right from when they're in your womb, especially as a mother or even as a father. It's not role based, right? It's not gender based. So it's good because I mean, if they had prayed, maybe if the parent had prayed or Rebecca had been like
Well,
much more, let's say, much more prayerful about our children's destiny, maybe something could have happened and all of this.
maybe much more, but she was quite prayerful. I mean, she and the
Wow,
husband,
she
they
was
were the two
prayerful.
people they mentioned that prayed, especially when
But
her
their
womb was not
character is
open.
not flowing in line with their
Yeah,
prayer.
yeah.
No,
So
truly.
sad.
Like Isaac was the one who prayed for her womb to be open in the first place. Then she was the only one that I think when she was confused about what was going on,
Wow.
she was able to pray and ask God in that time and ask God that what is happening. So meaning she must have had the level of relationship with God. So maybe the much more is
The
what
character
was
should
needed.
be in line
I think
with
based
prayers.
on that, we'll say that what they had affinity for was based on what they did, and as
Okay.
such, why do I keep mixing these people? What's the name of the father again? Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac preferred Esau because
Mhm.
he was into hunting,
Mm.
and the woman preferred Jacob. Jacob, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jacob.
Okay.
correct.
I need to get this thing. Jacob, because he was always around in the kitchen to help. So the truth is, as individuals, we have people that we can easily accommodate.
Accommodate, yes.
But once we get to the place of parenthood, we must know that because I like this thing and this child does not have this thing that I like, we must also learn to love that child
The way
based
it
on
is.
the
Mhm.
uniqueness of that child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are preparing for marriage these days, but you rarely hear parenthood conferences. Always marriage and
Exactly.
relationship.
Exactly.
It's very important because no two child can be alike. Because you give birth to them in different settings. Most likely the first one will be when you're just starting life. You are still trying to climb the ladder of career. The second one will be when you are already in middle career line. So the way you are thinking then is very different.
Yeah.
So one may be outside, another one may just be always inside the room.
Reserved.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so
you want to
because
compare
you want
the
to compare,
two
so
and treat them alike.
so it's also a very crucial point for everybody to take note that
Yeah.
these people are different. We must try as much as possible to show that we love them equally.
Yes, because they see things, these children.
Yeah.
And the foundation of everything is childhood at the end of the day. Because when you look back, actually, a lot of issues started from childhood. Many big, short issues now, just trace it. It's a childhood problem that has not left.
Jacob and Esau already are the case of selling of their birthright right from their
I'm
childhood
telling
self.
you.
So I think that one self is like it's like a future this thing. Like they've had it before, but it was just manifesting in the future. So
They would have known of their parents' preferences. That's the funny thing about this
Must
thing.
have been
Oh,
obvious.
so
obviously.
it
It should have
was
been
obvious
obvious.
for
It was
Rebecca,
obvious.
but I can't say for Isaac. But for
It's not
Rebecca,
obvious now because Isaac must have always asked the guy to cook, so I will bless you. Is it really because he's the first child or because you like him and you like what he do? Because like Esau, I think Isaac likes food. Yes, now because
God.
he couldn't. The food
Yeah.
was like the main.
I
the
think
main.
there is a certain way Esau cooks for
Jacob.
Isaac
That he
that he
loves.
likes.
Chef
That he
yes.
Esau.
likes.
Okay,
Chef
okay.
E.
Yeah.
Chef E. Chef Esau.
Okay, that's true.
That he
That's
likes.
true.
So, okay.
Wow,
I
we said
think-
a lot.
Yes, we said a lot. So I think that will be it for today. Thank you for watching us. Thank you. It's been an honor to speak to you. And please let us know what you have about this in the comment section.
Yes.
And once again, this is Zion Culture with the
K.
I will repeat this. This is the Zion Culture with the
K.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and till next time, say